The French Grand Prix returned to Magny-Cours for the third successive year, and Renault was absolutely determined to complete a hat-trick on home soil after Nigel Mansell's victories at the previous two races. Ferrari also demonstrated its intention to become more competitive by recruiting former Peugeot competitions manager Jean Todt as the new sporting director, although his arrival didn't bring luck for Gerhard Berger, who had an off during qualifying. Away from the action on the circuit, Formula One politics dominated the paddock gossip. Williams' Patrick Head and Benetton's Tom Walkinshaw mulled things over together. Bernie Ecclestone, Flavio Briatore, Patrick Head and Frank Williams got down to brass tacks, and Briatore also talked to Ferrari's Claudio Lombardi. Ron Dennis and Frank Williams plot strategy together, while Hill and Prost at least find something to smile about. Out on the circuit, Damon's Williams is using ABS braking for the first time, and he duly delivers the first pole position of his career.
I pushed extra hard in the on the final lap because I only had one lap left on that run, and I found a good balance in the car and scrabbled through the chicanes and found a bit more time there, and got a good lap time. And it was a little bit heart in mouth, but that's how it happens when you want to go quickly.
Fellow Renault user Martin Brundle, here talking to Ligier Principles, bags his best ever grid position with third, while Marc Blundell qualified the other Ligier fourth. Senna was not happy in fifth, while Schumacher talked his race engineer through one of his spins. Unusually, Mummy and Daddy Schumacher turned up to watch as well. Eric Comas led Philippe Alliot to the fifth row on the grid, Larousse's best this year, while Fabrizio Barbazza prepared for his last race. And as you can see, the top four spots all held by Renault-powered cars. Really quite exceptional. The local fans turn out in force to cheer their French heroes, while Alain Prost tries to ignore the pressure by chatting to his engineer, David Brown, on the grid. At the start, Hill grabbed an immediate lead, with Prost, Brundle, Blundell and Senna heading the chase. Hill looks confident at the front of the field, but Renault's symmetry is ruined when Blundell's Ligier spears off into the guardrail early on. The Englishman blamed lapped Andrea de Cesares. Hill is the first Williams to come in for tyres, but loses crucial seconds following Andretti's McLaren into the pit lane. And following it out again. Whoops, who waved that Sauber out in front of them both? Now it's Prost's turn for tyres. He gets away cleanly, but Hill comes shooting up onto his tail as they round the first long right-hander. A bit of creative manoeuvring and Alain stays ahead. Ferrari's bad luck continued with Alesi's early retirement. Riccardo Patrese seems set for a top six placing until he gets a little too close to Christian Fittipaldi's Minardi, much to the detriment of his Benetton's front end. That calls for an unscheduled stop to get a replacement nose section, dropping Riccardo out of serious contention. Schumacher made a second tyre stop and benefits from the dramatic extra grip afforded by his new tyres. He closes quickly on Senna, who has elected to go through with only a single tyre stop. The Benetton slams round the outside of the McLaren on the left-hander after the pits, and Ayrton, struggling for grip, just has to let him go. Prost wins by a fraction of a second from Hill as the Williams team records its first 1-2 finish of the season.
Coming up in a second.
Great team spirit there, with Hill helping Prost towards a popular win on his home turf. Of course, next up is Silverstone. Let's see if Prost will return the favour. So, halfway through the season, we see Prost is taking a firm lead from Senna.